Welcome to Pips to Profit. My name is Cameron, and if you remember from that video right there, I had said that if it reached 500 likes, I would be doing a 4-week mentorship where I chose 3 of you, and it was all going to be free. I'm happy to say that as of today, that video reached that goal, so now we are going to select 3 people for that mentorship. And I actually have the results right here, and the winner of the 4-week mentorship is going to be revealed at the end of this video. No, I'm just kidding. That would be kind of messed up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the selection process right now just to show that it's random. And let's go to here. I've got my little window up and I'm just pulling from the comments at random. Close my eyes. Hit a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Max D, you are the first name. Okay, now we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down again. iBoy Prime, you got it. And then we're going to give it a strong 1, 2 down. Cole, you got it as well. So, Max D, iBoy Prime, and Cole, you are the 3 names selected. And I'm going to additionally add 3 more names in there just in case one of these cannot fulfill the mentorship. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. John, you got it for the alternate name number 1. And we'll do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. I'm in the middle. Big strong 1. Tom Armstrong, you got number 2. Then we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And is that Makila Wider? All right, so those are the 3 alternates. Now, let's get into the video today about first green days. All that being said, today's video is about first green days, so I'm going to get into that class right now. The first green day trade setup is meant to be a high tier, high risk to reward trade setup. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about, out of all the other trades that I take, first green day, first red day are the ones that I'll size into a bit more depending on how they present. Characteristics. I'm going to give you some of the characteristics, basically how to identify these trades, the things that I look for. 1, the day before, the day of the first green day, and then the day that I'm actually trading on to be able to identify and properly trade these trades. So some of the characteristics of the first green day. The best first green days will come after 2 to 3 days of downward direction. Basically, the market's making new lows and lower lows and lower highs. And then you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Typically will occur at the low of the week on a day 1 or day 2 of the 3-day cycle. 3-day cycle, okay? Must have a dumping day and the day before the first green day occurs. Must have a dumping day the day before the first green day occurs. You're going to see what I mean in a second. Can be observed a lot of times as a Friday dump, a Monday first green day, and then a Tuesday as the day that you're actually trading, or as a Monday dump day, a Tuesday first green day, and then Wednesday as the trade. This is an example. Let me move my face real quick so we don't chalk this up, where we have Friday's low, Friday's high. Notice how they dump it down on this Monday, and we break the Friday's low, and then consolidate. And then we break back higher, making Monday, day 1 of the 3-day cycle. Breakout, failed on the following day. Day also closed above the open, giving us our first green day. What you don't see is the days of how many days we've gone down to the left. Right? You can only see this, obviously, but just know there was days coming down from the left. This first green day, it is something to note, was an inside day. Inside days can usually provide either an explosive breakout or a false break reversal from one end of the range to the other. In this case, you get both. You have a false break at the high of the day, and it brings you back down lower. But that's not the trade setup, okay? First green day is a buy at the low of the day trade setup. You have this pin down here. Boom, project that across. You've got 1 level down, 2 levels down, 3 down, before the explosive move. This is a very large consolidation, and they've now broke out, and then the second day, so second day trade, has gone into another continuation pattern for the continuation back up. You don't want to counter trend these things because one, the market is now reversed and is now going back up. You want to go with, the flow of the ocean, motion of the ocean. Okay, so we broke out, gone into consolidation in an upwards rising pattern for the continuation. Another example, we have a strong dumping day on this Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, notice how they traded down first, broke the low of Tuesday, and then pulled back inside of the range. Remember I said that I wanted to see it trade down first. From this example here, on the dump day is the day that they traded down first, giving us our peak, okay? Day 1, day 2, day 3, explosive move. Day 1 is on this Wednesday because they broke the previous day's low. We are at the low of the week and they pulled back inside. So that gives us our day 1. Then they came up and broke structure to the upside, but obviously first mouse gets trapped. They bring it back down and we go into a consolidation. But we're still jamming down into the low. Day 1, day 2. Day 2 is meant to be an explosive trend day after this first green day. Breakout, pullback, continuation. And I want you to notice I put my range expansion tool, so I just pulled it from there to here, giving me 100% expansions of this range. And you can see that on the following day and on the current day, we hit at least one full expansion. And then on the next day, similarly to this, where we have the large breakout pattern, second day trade, don't counter trend the initial move. And you can see that on the second day, continued to go higher. All right, so we have large dumping day on this Friday right here. They traded down first on Monday and then pulled back inside, closing as a first green day. Dump, trade down, closed first green day. It's important, okay? On this day over here, buy low day 2 after first green day. So just because it's breaking down, just remember, first green day, we've had multiple days down. This is the setup for first green day. 1, 2, and then the third push down does not break the low, and then the explosive breakout at the low of the day back up. And if I were to drag a fib tool or 100% expansions of this, you would see that it reached targets. And I just want to keep pointing this out. Following day, do not counter trend. They are breaking out. First green day, day of trade, process, and considerations. This is like, so you have the first green day, and on this day, the day that I actually intend on trading the setup, these are the things that I'm thinking about. First off, I'm going to have my end of day consolidation already drawn that night so that the next day I can see how has the market reacted, because as you see, we've got this low right here, that would be part of the consolidation, and then I would have that high there. And they've come down and broke that low. So how has the market reacted? Is it a breakout, pullback, and we're going lower? This first green day would be invalidated. Or is it a breakout, false break, where they've trapped volume at the low of the day, low of the week, for the shift back up, not only through the high of the day, but an expansion of the day, maybe going back towards the high of the week? Or this kind of example. Oh my gosh. I just did all of that with my face in the wrong place. All right, so just again, reiterating, this low, this high, they come down, breakout, all right, false break reversal, or this, where it's a breakout, pullback, continue. My face in the right place. So, end of day consolidation, want to see how the current days reacted, and those areas can also be areas of interest. By the areas, I'm talking about the high and low of that consolidation. Want to see if the market has come down in 3 levels going into a session, or if the market is simply breaking out straight away. So like I just said in the previous examples, breaking out of the rectangle to the upside, pulling back for the continuation up, or is it coming down in 3 legs to the low of the day or the previous day's low, something like that, some kind of trap volume to retest for the continuation back up. So I'm looking to buy at the low of the day or the low of the session, because not every trade will be in New York, of course. First green day is a high tier setup, and although I want to get to break even quickly to, if I'm wrong and it comes back and gets me, at least I'll be at break even. But I do want a minimum risk to reward of 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. That's usually my minimum. But this is meant to be a 1 to 5 and above. Of course, depending on the volatility of the pair you're trading. After in the trade, it should go parabolic within 15 to 30 minutes and have little to no pullback. If the current day's first green day fails and goes back into consolidation, the market might be setting up for a move the next day. Don't forget about that pair. It might be relevant the next day. All right, so now we have a dump day on a Monday. We've dumped down to the low of the week, and this day we've come up and broken structure to the upside and traded back down, giving us our first green day. Notice the next day we trade down, come up, and we break structure to the upside, because this low and that high, remember, this low or validates this high. They break that high, they come back down 1, 2, 3, and then you get your W and the expansion of the range back up through the high of the day and up through the high of the week. Friday was the dump day. Monday, we've traded down through it. So we've traded down first, pulled back inside, giving us day 1, 3-day cycle. First green day. Next day, Wednesday, London. This is the low of London. This is oil now. And the continuation back up. And I've pulled my 100% expansion tool. And you can see that we did reach almost the 1 full expansion on the current day, but we did reach it the next day. I do challenge you, go back into your charts, find 5 to 10 examples and print them off. And give them your own characteristics. How many days down did they go? Did it go trade down first and then close as a green day? On the day that traded the explosive move, the first green day trade, did it explode and then the next day give you a follow-on trade? Did the first green day trade happen in your session? And then take all those notes, and I want to hear them. Let me see in the comments your results. Again, congratulations to the mentorship winners. Please get in contact with me. I'm very much looking forward to starting this and seeing you all's progress and results. All that being said, I hope this video was useful. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more. You'll have a wonderful day.